Well, here we are in Ruben Martinez bookstore with Chapman University, and this is a show that I've hung. And I'm blessed enough to have Ruben Martinez ask me to show. And this piece is a small maquette called Leela Mars. And I'm working on a bigger one now. This piece here is called Emergence. And I've got one 9 feet tall at Chapman University. And one thing that's unique about this piece is, if you notice, it could come from any culture on this planet. Also, it could come from any timeline. It has a universality to it. It's very primal. And you couldn't tell whether it came from 1,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, now, or 500 years from now. It's just a piece that shows humanity. This is another figurative exercise that I've done. She's a lovely piece. And then here, this piece is Ruben Martinez's piece. This is a piece called Jenica that I did several years ago. And it's quite a beautiful piece. And these two here, these two pieces, are unfinished. I put them on the black glass, but I still need to put clear coat on them, and they will actually jump. The grain will jump, but the carving I think is lovely. I really like it. So, and here's another piece. This is Italian inspired, and it's called, she's called Angelina. And this is one piece of basswood painted with linear polyurethane, and the sub-base is Purple Heart, and this is a piece of olive wood from Tuscany, a good friend of mine gave to me. And it makes for a lovely base and sub-base. This is part of my coaching career. I have been a tennis coach for a good part of my adult life. And that is Venus Williams. And it's the size and shape of a tennis racket. Very ethereal, with a sort of almost an afro-looking shield behind it. I did this when she was 18 years old. I was so impressed with her. And here's another piece called Jenica 2, similar to that piece. And this piece is my son, also named Nick Hernandez. And it's teak on black glass. And he actually does look like that. He's quite an athlete. Toe-in big wave rider and Muay Thai kickboxer and a famous rock and roller. Sold out every house of blues in the world over and over again. And here is a bronze of the leg that's over there on the right. And it's called Power Flow. And of course, it's not medical anatomy. It's dynamic artistic anatomy. And stylized, of course, in a Nouveau Deco sort of style. Now this piece here is called Jesus Cristo. And it's a cubist fantasy that I've done in pine and on black glass again. And this piece here is called Back There. This piece was going to be a diptych to my son's piece there. But when I was carving, I couldn't bring myself to cut this piece off. It's such a lovely piece of wood. And so, in order to get the chisels in here, I had to make this at sort of a 45 to come into this portion. So I decided to add sort of an impressionist piece here. And this is a very serious anatomic study. And I put this perspective bar to give it that perspective that I wanted. And so now I call it Back There. Okay. I call it Back There. And, you know, there's a fun little narrative where he's going, "Hey, baby," and she's going, "Yeah, big boy," along with the obvious anatomic study. And everything is correct there. And these are lovely pieces. This one is resin with paint. And this is another unfinished piece. This is called Duet. And she, when she's painted, she will be quite beautiful. So, that's about it. I think the show looks lovely, and I hope you all appreciate it. Thank you very much.